Okay guys, I'm going to start with my moisturizer, which is the Clinique gel. I'm just going to put a little bit of that on my face because my skin is so stinking dry. And of course, I'm sure that you will be hearing some little tappy toes on the wood floor, which would be easy. My baby girl, she is having a hard time settling down. She doesn't really want to lay down, I don't think. So she's just kind of pacing back and forth. She don't like it when Mama does this filming. Okay, so this is the palette that I'm going to be using. It is the Profusion Cosmetics Neon 10 Shade Palette. Let me open it up. This is the first time for me to even open it, but I thought this was going to be perfect for this cocktail series because of these colors here. These. I do like this one, and I like this one, and I'll probably end up putting those through the crease because the blue, green, and yellow colors are really stand out in the Mermaid drink. So I guess I need to get started by going ahead and putting on, I'm going to put some of this moisturizer underneath my eyes just to make sure that when I go to do my concealer that it's nice and juicy and not dry. So let's go ahead and do that. And then I need to find, okay, I'm gonna go in with my Pretty Vulgar eyeshadow base. I've really been enjoying this product a lot. It doesn't require very much at all. And that was Izzy huffing and puffing. She's mad at me right now. That's the truth of the matter. She's mad. I'm just, I ate Chinese last night for dinner, and I like my food salty. I've been given the green light by my doctor to take in as much sodium as I want because I have a hard time holding fluids, but I will say after eating that last night and I used the low sodium soy on it, but gosh darn guys, it's made my hands swell. Like normally these are loose and you can see that it's leaving a dent where this ring is, this one too. My hands are really swollen, my ankles are swollen. I just feel overall bloated, and so I know that it's the sodium, but I normally don't have a problem with sodium intake, so I don't know. I'm gonna go into the Urban Decay Born to Run palette, and I'm just gonna get this color right here. That is very much, it's called Weekender. It's real close to my skin tone. I'm just going to use this as a good base to start building off of. It's not going to show up at all. It's just going to give me something to blend with. And yeah, so since I moved to the beach and, you know, have lived down here for about 3 years now, and actually leaving, I'm just staying in the state of Alabama is all I'm going to say. But after moving down here, I discovered a lot of different cocktails that I had never heard of before, or that I had heard of but never tried. And so down here, there's, you know, that tropical flair everywhere. And so I have tried a bunch of different ones. This one is so yummy. If you're like me and you don't like something that's overly strong, but you like something that has got sort of like a fruity, you know, kind of way to it. I'm a fruity sweet girl, not a harsh bitter. I love me a good gin martini, dirty martini, extra dirty, all that good stuff. I love all that stuff, but I'm just not a big fan of stuff that's like really alcohol-y or bitter aftertaste or anything like that. Okay, I'm going to go in with this little shader brush. I'm just going to go in with this color called Sunnies. It's just a really pretty matte yellow. This does have, you can see it's got a lot of kickback. It's got a little bit of a color from the last time that I did my eyes, but I'm going to put this yellow through my crease, just kind of blend it up in there just a bit. I want this to be super, super colorful, so I'm going to try to build as much color as I can with this. It seems to be bringing a lot of color in, so I've never used anything from Profusion before. I've never used anything from Makeup Revolution either, and I think these are the same company, or they are related in some way. I'm not sure. But I wanted just a good matte color for the crease, and I'm just kind of going a little bit above. I'm just really blowing this out really big because I want, you know, a little bit of it to show. It mostly is the greens and blues, but this color comes together really well with those, obviously. So there we go. All right, I'm just gonna keep my brush handy so that, you know, I have something to work with. Now let me go in with, how do I wanna do this? I think I wanna go in with, let's go in with this one. This is the Morphe E22, I think. No. Let's go in with this one. This is the Morphe E28. It's kind of like more of a dome shape. Almost got a point to it. There's a lot of fallout on this. Okay, I'm going to go in and I'm going to start working this color in to that as well. And then that color is called Logical, and then the next color is called, this one right here is called At Sea. So I'm gonna start bringing these through. But yeah, so I love bright colors and stuff. It's not anything I would wear out and about, I don't think, but I think it's really pretty to come up, well, it's fun to come up with some unique eye looks. And I started my cocktail series so long ago, so long ago. Okay, now I'm going into, from the lime green, I'm going into this blue transition looking color called At Sea. It's this one right here. So let's start building. Let's start bringing this in here. I'm interested to see how this is going to build and see if this is going to be a color that will kind of tap it in there a little bit, build up some of the pigment on it, because it seemed like it was just kind of blending away. Yep, it's just gonna blend away. Let's go in and just tap it in then to bring in some of that. My colors on my eyes are gonna be a little bit brighter than the actual drink, I do believe, because this color doesn't have as much pigment as the others. You can see it's kind of blending off. I'm gonna go in with this flat brush on one side. Let me see if I can build it up. Izzy and her paws. Izzy, go lay down, baby girl. Okay, so I'm not as impressed with that color. I mean, you can see it, but it's just not, it's not what I was hoping for. Let's go in with, there's so much fallout. Let's go in with this one. It's SRSLY, like seriously, you know. So I'm gonna just use the other side of the brush. I'm gonna go into that pretty heavy. I'm gonna go into it, knock off the most of the extra. Okay, let's go in right here into the corner. Try to just build it up. Oh no, this is not working. I don't like this at all. These colors, the blues, are terrible. Oh gosh, yeah, this is not gonna work really good. I mean, I guess it's gonna look fruity and it'll be well blended. The problem is that it's not as pigmented. I mean, I wanted it to look like it's in this palette here, you know, and I'm not seeing it. I mean, I think what I may have to do is wet my brush and go in to the outer corner. See how much fallout I'm getting? Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, I have got just a setting spray here. I'm gonna wet it. Okay, let's go in this time. It's probably gonna cause some hard pan, but that's okay. I'm gonna, okay, wetting it is giving me a little bit more of the depth, but I'm afraid it's just because it's wet. I mean, I think I paid $5 for this palette, so it's not like I've, you know, done a whole lot to do this and then, you know, waste a lot of money. That's not the case at all. But, I mean, you know, hey, even $5, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, you know? Okay, let me see here. I'm just gonna tap it. I like the way that it's building up with the wet brush. So the blues and green, the greens and yellow were pretty good, but I'm not getting as much pigment as I would like out of the blue. So I'm tapping it in there, there we go. Trying to build it up with a wet brush. And that seems to be working better. Okay, let me go back through with my crease brush, just try to okay, now I'm going to go in with just a little shader brush, and I'm going to put some eyeshadow primer on my brush, and I'm going to go in with that shimmery lime green. So you can see how wrinkled I am, and my face has been swollen too. I sat last night and this morning with a cold eye mask on, you know, just trying to bring some of the swelling down. I haven't had this much of a problem with swelling in a really long time, and that's why I really hate to blame it on eating the Chinese food, because I mean, I used, you know, soy sauce that is the low sodium or whatever. I don't have to do that, but I mean, I chose to. So all right, let's go in now with I want to go in with this color here. So actually this look is gonna become a lot more, oh goodness, it is soft. Okay, gonna pack it in there. So this is gonna be a much brighter look than what I was expecting. I was expecting the blue to be a lot more, you know, a lot more payoff, but it's still gonna be fun. This color reminds me of, you know, in your emojis, when you go to the animal section, you have one of the fish in there. That's what this reminds me of. So, I mean, I guess technically a mermaid is a kind of fish, right? But it really reminds me of that fish that's an emoji. I just used it the other day, and that makes me think of that. So, yeah, I do believe that it looks more like that little emoji fish than it does my drink, my mermaid lemonade, but I do like it. It's just the blue is not quite as dominant as I was planning or hoping for it to be. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do, I wish I could find my, yeah, if I could find my eyeliners, but they're packed for the move. Yeah, if I could find those, I've got a really pretty cobalt blue color that's an Urban Decay, I think it's an Urban Decay liner. It would be really pretty with this, but no such luck for me. Okay, let me go ahead. I'm gonna close that up. Lots of fallout on that baby. Let's go in with a powder brush and try to, yeah, that fallout's going away. That's good. And by the time I go in with my makeup and clean it up even more with concealer, I think it'll be okay. I'm gonna run some of that darkest blue on my underline, on my lower lash line anyway. So yeah, all right, well, let's go ahead and look at what I wanna do for my face. I guess, I really hate that you can't hear anything but her tip-tapping along, but I can't make her lay down. She just don't want to. Let me get something to drink. Okay, let's go in with my under eye brightener from Becca. To do that with my finger, doesn't require much, but it sure does brighten. I'm using the viewfinder as my mirror. I didn't want to hold my large desk mirror up. My other mirror, I'm kind of scared to touch it because I broke it. I think I mentioned that in the last video, and I was like, dadgummit, that's just what I need, is a broken mirror. I'm not overly supernatural though, so it's okay. See how much brighter that is? It just gives you so much brightness. And with me, not only do I have really dark under eye circles and bags, but they're super swollen right now. So yeah. All right, let's think about our next step. I think I want to go in with, I'm just going to use my everyday, which is this. I'm going to go in with that and the foundation brush from It Cosmetics also. And let's go ahead and get some color on my face. It's really more about my eyes, obviously, but it's just a fun summery look. Man, you can see just how much coverage this CC cream gives. This is just like the best product ever, in my opinion. It's my everyday. I have found that, and I'm going to be doing a haul video soon. I mean, I need to edit, but I have found that I'm not using makeup every single day. So since I'm not wearing this every day for the SPF 50, I picked up an actual sunscreen, facial sunscreen. I hate to use sunscreen on my face. I really do. But for the days that I don't wear makeup, and this is my daily makeup, I have to do something because I have to protect my skin, and you should too. And you're never too old. So, yeah. This looks a lot darker than what I am, and actually I guess technically it is, but it does come down onto my neck and match my body fairly well. So, I like to use it anyway. But yeah, this is a really good. And it covers pretty well because like you can see my sunspot. And then my friend here on the interwebs, Sweet Jean, she is on YouTube here and on Instagram and everything else. But she said something on my other video that, you know, she didn't know if it was the skincare or what I was doing for my makeup, but that my under eye and everything looked really good, and that made me so happy. I mean, because I try so hard to look, you know, like to take a few years off, and the best way to be able to do it is with makeup. And so, yeah, I mean, like, for her, that was such a huge compliment from her. Because I think we all want to have somebody say, oh, your under eyes and everything looks so good. And yeah, so that's what I have been trying to do all this time is, you know, continue to do makeup that's relevant and new for you guys, but yet I can stick to my own tips and tricks that help me look good, in my opinion. I mean, that's what I'm doing it for anyway, is to look better. So yeah, it was a huge compliment. So thank you, Sweet Jane. I appreciate that so much. Okay, now I want to go in with I keep having to go over here because all my stuff is in a bag over here. I'm living out of a bag, guys. Okay, this is my current favorite concealer. It's from Flower Beauty. It's the Light Illusion Full Coverage. Mine is in the color Light, and it does not take much. So I'm just going to go in. It's got a really long doe foot applicator, but it really only takes just a dot, and then I can go in and start. Now, I normally do blend it out just a little bit with a damp beauty blender, but my beauty blender is not wet right now, and I'm going to use it to set with, so it's no big deal. Okay, let's see here if I can get it. But yeah, this is really good for your under eye with your finger because it's more of a serum-y, creamy, like very dewy. And for, you know, those of us that have really dry, crepey under eyes or any area really, I mean, you can definitely tolerate a more dewy product. And for me, it's been a game changer because it really does help my under eyes. I mean, they're so much better than they were a few minutes ago. So, and it gives it, you know, because that color is lighter than the overall face, that gives it additional, you know, an additional look. Okay, let me go in with, I want to use my Maybelline Fit Me. I've been using this, guys. This is great powder. I mean, it really is. I'm tapping it because I don't want it to come all spilling out. You can see there's a little bit in the lid. I'm just going to tap a little bit into it, just a little bit. I'm going to use my powder brush. I want to set my under eyes before they crease. Don't want them to crease and run. I've been using the hourglass underneath my eyes and this over the rest of my face, but I'm just using it for the whole face this time. And mostly it's because I don't want to dig it out because Lord only knows where it actually is. So, and I do set my face, even though my skin, you know, tends to lean on the dry side. I set it because I do have fine lines, especially in my forehead, things like that. I could stick to just my T-zone, but I really do like to go ahead and set my whole face because I use a setting powder. If you don't use a setting powder, then you probably won't want to set your entire face if you're dry. But for me, I'm always going to use one, so there's that. Izzy was finally laying down, and she was being quiet, and for some reason, she heard something, and she jumped up. So, I'm sorry if you can hear that. I don't mean for her to get on your nerves. Okay, so this is what I've got going so far. I'm not going to do my cream bronzer. I'm just going to go with my bronzer that I've been loving and stick with it, which is the Wet n Wild Color Icon in Sunset Strip Tease. I just go in with this double-ended. Her tippy toes. But yeah, this is a fun look. I don't want to do lashes because I'm really afraid they'll just get in the way. And I'm trying really hard to make this as tropical as I can, yet no fuss. Yeah, I wish I could find, I have no idea what I've done with all my eyeliners. The only thing I can figure is that they were in a cup, so the only thing I can think of is that I put that in the very bottom of one of the totes I put all my makeup and stuff in. So I guess that's where it is. So let's find my, I'm looking for my blush. Here it is. Okay, other end of that brush, I'm just going to use that and get a little bit of my Hourglass Ambient Edit or Ambient Luminous Flush. I'm going to go across the nose for extra color like I'm sun-kissed. There's that. Okay, now let me go in and kind of blend away again. Not going over the top. I want my eyes to really stand out. Okay, I'm not going to do anything with my highlighter yet because I want to go in with this palette and work on my under my bottom lash line. So I am going to use that same brush that I used to pack on in the corner. I'm going to use that. I'm going to wet it again. And I'm going to go into that deep blue. And see how bold it is there. It just doesn't seem to transfer. If I had an eyeliner, it probably would be okay. Let's do like that. I'm going to connect it on the corner. I like it. It's different. I love to use the bottom lash line as a pop of color anyway. If I had that good cobalt blue liner that I could fill in and then smudge really good, it would be even better. But I like how it meets here in the corner. There's the connection and it gives it a more finished look. All right, let me go in with the other side. And there we are. Okay, I'm gonna have to wash my brushes now because, I mean, with all these bright colors, I can't do just a normal look. And I'm going to be filming a, we're getting into prime bridal season. So I am gonna be doing some bridal looks for you guys soon. Get rid of any fallout because I noticed there is just a touch of fallout there. Okay, the only thing I'm gonna do with my brows, I'm gonna run some of my, excuse me, I'm gonna run some of my Gimme Brow through. Okay, I've got my Gimme Brow in for Benefit. It's in the color 3. So I'm just gonna run this through there, and then we can move into highlighter. Not bad, especially with no pencil. I'm just not going to go search. My brows are just so sparse, and there's so many different lengths. I really need to have a professional sort them out for me, but guys, who's got time for that? Who's got the money for that? Right? I mean, you know. Okay, so that's really all I'm going to do. I don't do a strong brow anyway. I just never have. Okay, while that is kind of getting a little bit dry, I'm going to go in with my Milani highlighter brush that I always use, that I just love. I'm just going to use a little bit of my Hourglass eyeshadow highlighter palette. It's such a pretty product. It's so soft and glowy, and I like to do a little bit right there so that it brightens up that forehead. See how pretty that shine is? I just love it. Okay, now then, I'm trying to readjust my legs here. Okay, before I go in and do anything else, knock off any extra anything, I'm going to go in with my setting spray on my beauty blender, and I'm just going to kind of roll it as I tap it. And anywhere I want to like do a major superset, like in the creases on my forehead, under my eyes. I'd like to do my chin and my upper lip because I live in the South and it's humid and I get hot and perspire. So that's what I like to do. And that's the way that I like to set my face originally. I let it dry, and then I'm gonna come in with my Morphe setting spray, the continuous setting mist, and I'm gonna set my entire face before I move into my lashes. And that just keeps my lashes from, you know, kind of getting away from me. Okay. It just works so good. It just works so good. Okay, let's fan it a little bit. Baby girl, you got to stop. Mama's trying to film. She's so futzy. She's like a child, guys. She really is. She's my child. What am I saying? She's not like, she is. Okay, so this is all that I'm really doing because I want the eyes to really pop. I am going to go in with the Lash Curlers, my L'Oreal Voluminous. Okay. So I've got my entire life put into storage, and the guy calls me and says, "You didn't make a storage payment." Yes, I did. I have the receipt. He can't find it. He doesn't know what happened to it. What am I supposed to do? I'm paying. I have my receipt to show you. I mean, he's like, "Well, I don't know what to do." And I'm like, well, the only thing you can do is mark me as paid because look at my receipt. So I texted him a picture of my receipt, and he's like, "Let me get with the boss. Let me get with the owner." I'm like, get with him. It's not my fault. I'm not paying you another $100 because that's what I'm paying every month for it. It's crazy. Okay, mascara. If I have to do falsies, I will, but I really choose not to. Usually I can just coat these babies really good and it will still be fine. And I know it's a very dramatic look, and it's not something that you would wear out or whatever. This is strictly for funsies. That's why I skipped a lot of steps and stuff. I just wanted to do a bright, colorful look and give you a recipe for a yummy cocktail. So that's really was the goal, and I think that without falsies, that we'll still get what we're looking for. Trying to get in that corner there. It's hard when the brush is really, really big, because I keep trying to avoid touching my not bad. Mascara makes such a difference. I've got another video planned where I want to talk about if I were to lose my entire makeup collection, what would I replace first? And I think it'd be different for everybody. Mascara is on my list. Let me just tell you, if I'm gonna do anything with my eyes, if all I can do is just mascara, look, it's already touching. I hate that. That's the reason that I go ahead and do my setting spray, because inevitably I'm gonna have a mistake. I'm gonna get it everywhere, and it's really just easier to clean up if you don't put the spray on top of it. So yeah, not bad. Let's get this just like this. My lashes are going through it right now too, like my brows. Yeah, this is a great mascara. But if you're like me, I have these little chubby cheeks that come really way up high. So if I squint or smile or anything like that, it's gonna get on it like it did right there. But that's been off of it long enough. I'm just gonna use like a spoolie. I've just got like this brush that's got a little spoolie on the end. I'm just gonna go in and scratch it off. Just like that. And that's that. Okay guys, I love the way this turned out. You know what I say, it's worth $5, I guess. I can't wait to choose, you know, another cocktail that I can use all of these colors, because that'll be like a very pretty sunrise kind of color palette, I think. I guess it's worth $5. Yeah, I mean, for what, you know, I'm doing here. I didn't do anything on the brow bone by choice. I just chose to let this part speak for itself. Of course, my eyes look a little more bright because of the yellow that I've used, and the actual cocktail is not as yellow. It's more of the green blue, but I wanted to use stuff in the palette, and the lime is really, that lime green is this one right here, that one, and then that one. They're really showing up more yellow than green. So it is what it is. It's the palette that I used and the colors that I chose. Now, if I had used like my NYX palette, the 30 pan or 35 pan, whatever it is, that one, if I'd used it, then it probably would have looked exactly like the cocktail, but it's packed away, just like everything else. So, I mean, you know, guys, it is what it is. Okay, let's find something to put on our lips, and then we will go from there. I am going to go in with Teddy Bear from Milani. I'm using this one because I just think a neutral is necessary for this look. I used a liquid lipstick last week in one of my videos, and when I did, and this is too dark of a nude, but it's okay. I'm gonna make do with it. It was obviously had gone bad because that liquid lipstick, it dries down really dry anyway. But I believe it went bad because my lips started burning almost instantly. And I was like, why are my lips burning so bad? So I took it off. But like the whole inner, like where the butthole shows up, if you, let that happen, it was like that area was just burnt. It was just like a chemical burn almost. And I got to thinking about it and I was like, I bet it was that liquid lipstick because it's old and I haven't used it in a while. So it's probably going bad. And yeah, so making sure I don't have any Chinese food in my teeth because I ate it again for lunch today. I didn't learn my lesson the first time with all the swelling. But anyway, guys, this is what I look like for my cocktail look. I think it's cute. It's very summery. This would be really fun to do if you were going to a pool party and you did want to put on some eyeshadow and a little waterproof mascara. It'd be really cute, especially if this color was in your swimsuit. So it'd be a lot of fun. I think it'd be really fun for a really summery date night when you're on vacation near the beach or something. I think it would be fun to do. I mean, everybody needs to play with makeup, not just do your makeup every day like it's a chore, but take time and enjoy playing with it too. I do anyway. So yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed watching me kind of try to build this up and come up with this look for Mermaid Lemonade. I will have the recipe down below and also in the thumbnail so that you can see what I'm talking about. I think that if you like those kinds of drinks, you'll enjoy this one. So that's going to be it. Give it a thumbs up if you haven't already. I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. If you want to be a part of the family, just hit that red subscribe button. That's going to be it, guys. I hope you enjoyed my little chatty get ready with me cocktail series. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.